This is Vanquish Souls. We are going turn 1 using a little Kashtira build in the very beginning. We did switch between a little bit of Kashtira and no Kashtira, making it a pure build. We're going to turn on the Maxx C since we have no effects that are on right now. You kind of see why you don't want to go with the Kashtira build. Seeing that it doesn't help with your effects at all. Alright, since we impermed him or Maxx C'd him, he's going to stop there. We do have the Razen. We also have a Fenrir. We're going to take out his Fenrir just to clear it. He's going to take out our Zeus. Not a big deal. This deck doesn't really use the extra deck except for its one Link monster. He has the Ash Blossom for our Razen, but luckily for us, we have Durendal and Jiaolong in our hand, so we're in a really good spot. Razen's effect is going to cause Jalen to come out. We're going to use Vanquished Rock of the Vanquisher to bring that other Razen to the hand to get the Jiaolong effect activated. That's where we're going to get our ace monster, Caesar Valius. Looks like our opponent has one more extender on his sleeve. I'm just noticing that we're only missing one piece, so we're going to use that effect to get the final piece, which is the dark type. We're also going to special summon the Razen while we get a chance, just to get some extra momentum. Getting a Mad Love isn't a bad idea, and we're going to just take out our opponent's whole board when we get the chance. There it goes. We're also going to bring out Heavy Borg, and we're also going to bring out Caesar Valius. This is the chance where we kind of take momentum and start swarming our opponent, using a lot of our cards and a lot of drawing and board presence there. There's Kashtira Birth. We're going to draw a card, and we also have one more piece of interaction because we have all three of the types in our hand right now. Actually, we're not. We don't. My apologies. We are missing the Earth type. Looks like he is going to take out our board, though, with the Nibiru, giving us a big Nibiru token as well as bringing back his Fenrir, which is going to start recycling his whole thing again, so he can start getting a really good board again. Luckily for us, we do have a really decent hand. And he didn't realize that he can't take out a token with the Kashtira Fenrir. He's going to bring out his Shangri-La. Use the Big Bang with the Rise Heart. Bring out a Unicorn. Go into a Rise Heart. Now our opponent's in a really good spot. So are we, honestly, but let's be honest, he's in a tremendous spot. Especially with that big eye, he's going to steal that token. Now let's see what we got. We're going to use Razen effect first to get a Caesar Valius. We're going to use Continue to also get our Caesar Valius back into rotation. We have the Earth type, and it looks like our opponent's going to take his chance and take out all of our guys. We're going to protect our Caesar Valius as well as recycle using Heavy Burger. Now, Heavy Burger effect, we're only off of lethal by 500 points of damage. So we can stall this out and just go for 2 turns of damage. We draw into a triple thrust and getting a triple attack. We use the big eye to steal the token back. as well as tribute the Borger to get the Caesar Valius, and that's going to guarantee us game, and our opponent surrenders there. Alright, a very good hand. Pantera is a really excellent card to start off with, just because you don't have to normal summon it. It's also an excellent start getting the Razen into early rotation. Honestly, with that though, we can just get the trap card, set one and pass, because we literally have all the pieces in our hand, and we just have a turn, their turn Regeki. With that, we can also switch out our Dark Monster for Heavy Borg to gain some draws while we're at it. We can also summon Caesar Valius because we do have Pantera in hand as well. And now we have 2 fire targets as well. Just constant recycling of material, that's what this deck does, and it does it a pretty good job. He has the thrust. We're gonna Ash Blossom that thrust. Luckily we drew that with a Borger. Purely's gonna go for the search, but this is where I choose to strike, destroying both of the Purely monsters with 2 cards in their hand. Even if he gets another Purely spell, I don't really see a threat. He has the Happy Purely. We're gonna use the Caesar Valius effect now, which is super interesting when you switch out and you use its effect. But I missed timing, unfortunately, so he does get the My Friend Purely off. So he still gets a search. So we're gonna still see the search here, and we're gonna use it here though. Pantera, Razen, Borger. We're gonna pop one on the field. It's non-targetable. It's just an instant pop. There we go, taking him out, and our opponent chooses to surrender. Pretty nice hand, opening up with a special summon and a Fenrir. It's really nice. It looks like we're playing a Fenrir or a Kashtira deck, so him imperming the Fenrir isn't surprising to us. But Razen's really the bigger target. He does have the Prismatic Ash Blossom for that as well. So honestly, it's not the best move for us, but we'll see what we can do. We're just gonna go into Rock Vanisher and just recycle that Razen back. But our opponent chooses to surrender there, assuming we could go further. Starting off with the Stake Your Soul, our opponent counters with the Maxx C, but we did open up the Ash Blossom. Now we opened up the Fireside, so we're gonna get Razen off of the Jiaolong, and Razen's gonna get us something, but it looks like our opponent opened up what's it called? An Ash Blossom as well. I couldn't think for a second. So there it is. We're gonna use him to go into Rock to Vanisher. We're gonna set one. We're gonna recycle our cards, and our opponent chooses to surrender there. Not a bad opening hand. We'll see what we can do with it. Stake Your Soul's gonna get us Pantera into Caesar Valius, our ace monster. Not a bad start. We're gonna use Pantera to go into Vanisher here, and Vanisher's gonna bring the Pantera back to hand. So not really. Kind of seeing if he'll Ash Blossom us, but looks like nothing happened, unfortunately. Looks like our opponent is on some kind of ritual deck, exposing the Borger cards. We're gonna special summon our Pantera to bring out the Caesar Valius. We have the Pantera in hand, so if we wanted to, we could get our protection effect. Looks like our opponent just chooses to surrender after seeing the Caesar Valius plus the Pantera. Really all you needed to get started, and he knew that. Alright, Pantera, Jiaolong. We have Pot of Prosperity as well. Seeing the Razen is a pretty good card. And we got the Razen. We're gonna do the Pantera first. Razen, we're gonna get ourselves another Jiaolong just to easier get the 2 fire types in hand. Using Razen, we're gonna go rock the Vanisher to recycle the Razen to get another search off of Jiaolong. There's the Jiaolong search. We're gonna get our Caesar Valius. Caesar's gonna recycle that Pantera, and we're gonna set 2 and pass here. Now we have just every type except for the 1 dark, which we just received, but we don't have that spell just yet, or the trap just yet, so we're not in the best spot, but we're gonna make do with what we got. Looks like our opponent is gonna super polarization off of our Vanisher, which is an interesting move, and he's gonna use these 2 to go into a Despian card. Now I'm not really worried about this Despian card. It's not the best one out of the bunch, so not a big threat for me. But we're going to use Razen to get another Caesar Valius out. Looks like our opponent has a lot of his fusion cards ready to go. And he's going to fuse once more with Fallen of Albaz and the Virtuous to bring out the Dust Dragon. Using the Dust Dragon, he's going to start getting into his Bystial line. Finish me off with a branded fusion. Having 3 level 8 monsters with 2500 attack, the Caesar Valius is gonna give him a hard time. I'm taking out the Lubellion, seeing the Bystial Magna Hut, because I know he's gonna tribute into that Lubellion, and I'm just not there for it at all. He's gonna recycle a bit more resources. I could have taken away some resources, but in the end, I felt like the Lubellion was the pick to go for. Now he's going to use this, and that's going to give him the ability to recycle another field spell. Now he just popped the Curious, which the Curious is going to trigger me to activate Valius to be unaffected by these effects. Now he's going to fuse Magna Hut with this guy to go into Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. That's going to get him over that 3000 threshold that's giving him a hard time. Other than that, my idea of defending is I'm going to try to build a wall above 2500 for the other 2. Because I still have another Caesar Valius in hand, so I'm not really threatened. And I'm going to deal a little bit of damage while I'm at it because I don't have another Dark. And there's my second Caesar Valius. Him getting that fusion spell in hand is going to be a hassle, but we're going to work through it. And there's our Caesar Valius. Battle, he's going to take out just one of our Caesar Valiuses and have to end his phase there. Getting the Druid Swarm as well is not the funnest approach, but we'll make do. We're going to use Continue, save our other Continue face down for when we need it. We're going to go Razen here to try to get just the field going again. We're going to use Caesar Valius effect just to protect the one that's in attack mode. There's the Mad Love. We're going to draw a card using Mad Love. Our opponent's also going to use Rock the Vanisher to get the Druid Worm on field. And we're going to also chain Jiaolong. We're just going through our resources to try to take the board advantage. Because Brandon is a really big, heavy board deck. So we'll see what we can do. He's going to fusion summon once more. And also secure the branded Despia in hand. He's going to use it as material though, going into the Guardian Chimera. Now this will be able to wipe our board a bit. But we're also going to use Soulborg to try to just save a little piece of our board. But chances are our opponent's going to just take out that. Yep, he does take that out. We're going to use our other Borg to go into the Rock the Vanisher. Now all we need to do is use that Dr. Madlove to bring the trap card. Get Madlove in the graveyard so we can recycle it back to hand. Set a card. We're going to take out the Despian card. End our turn there. And our opponent knows we're going to use on our next turn to recycle and get that last card to seal the deal. Pretty nice hand, opening up with 3 fire targets plus a Rhoda. And the trap card, this is an excellent hand. Razen's going to get our Caesar Valius. Razen effect's going to get Jiaolong on the field. We're going to use his effect right away because we have the target, so we don't even need to worry about the recyclability part of it. And with that, we just gained all 3 of our types. We have the fire, the dark, and the earth. And our opponent just chooses to surrender there. With that excellent board, we would have been able to wipe his board. Alright, pretty good starting hand, opening up with 2 Razen plus the Jiaolong, meaning we'll have most of our fire targets ready to go. Razen effect to bring out the Jiaolong. We're also going to tribute it with Caesar Valius instead of going into Rock the Vanisher, because that'll get our fire targets instantly into our hand. There's Jiaolong. Jiaolong's going to activate, getting another card search for. We're going to get the other Caesar Valius as an earth target in our hand. Jiaolong's going to go into Rock the Vanisher here. While we're at it, we're going to... Oh, we choose not to recycle any resources. And we're going to wait a second. Looks like our opponent is on some kind of Magnet Warrior deck, which is interesting. Running the trade-in. We're going to normal summon the Razen to get another dark target. Looks like he's going to use this effect to get his evil fusion in our dark calling into rotation. Now, we're in a really good spot here. Whatever he summons, I can just instantly out. We have the heavy burger. We're just going to gain a card while we're at it. And our opponent surrenders there after realizing what was going to happen. Alright guys, so this is the deck I was using in today's video. I feel like this is the best version of the deck. And it's more than reliable when it comes to URs. It's the most friendly version of the deck. Not having the Kashtira lineup in it, as well as not having the Vanquish Soul Pantera instead, with just filling up your fire and targets as much as possible. Cards that I feel like are worth mentioning is Razen. Pretty much a Stratos. It does its effect really well, and it also triggers Jiaolong very well. These are perfect combo if you open up those 2 in your hand, or you can search Jiaolong with Razen. It's a very good start, especially if you started off with Stake Your Soul. There's a little synergy with the dark types as well. This one is like an attack remover, as well as return the monster with the lowest defense. This one is the draw a card, as well as you can burn your opponent over time. This is the boss monster, Caesar Valius. This card is unaffected when you show an earth in your hand, as well as a pop if you can show it earth, fire, and dark. I do recommend this deck. It's very fun and entertaining if you're looking for something different. Only problem is it's a very expensive deck, and you're going to run a lot of your crafting materials playing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.